Welcome to episode of Slime TV
24.
24.
You can figure that out, can't you?
Yeah. So this is Dr. Sanders. Okay.
Captain Goyle.
This is Mr. Ham.
Oh, I'm Mr. Ham.
Oh, that's Mr. Ham. Sorry, whoever you are, stop impersonating Mr. Ham. You first one.
Get out of here, you.
Look, motherfucker. I'm gonna impersonate Mr. Ham. All I damn leave. Bitch.
That was probably the single worst opening to any podcast ever.
I think of worse ones.
No.
Nope, that was the worst. Coming from me, that was the worst. So, let's get into the episode on that note.
We can reboot.
No, we can't.
Yes, we
No,
can.
we can't. There's no going back. There's no going back.
It's just like time. It never goes backwards.
What if I say racial slurs?
No. We're
Misogynist.
getting sick of this.
You can say whatever you want. It'll just get cut later.
Well, look what we've got here, children. Today, Dr. Sanders is going to take you on a ride to arcade history. Everyone will have a time to share. If you do not bring your fortune, whatever, I'm saying then you will not get a gold star.
We're going to do some arcade stories. Because, everybody likes going to arcades and playing video games in, a big, stinky, BO-filled room with a bunch of nerds.
That doesn't sound pleasant at all.
Oh, but it is. Because each game's only 25 cents.
Yeah, right.
Well, they were when I was a youngin'.
They weren't even when I was young.
Yeah, I know they weren't. Well, the racing games were like $1.
Jesus Christ.
It's like, I might as well just go rent a game for $20. That's what we're going to talk about. So, who wants to start? Anybody got good stories?
I've never been to an arcade.
That's a story in and of itself. What's wrong with you?
There's never been an arcade around me.
My
when I was a
parents
kid.
were poor.
And I was poor. We couldn't afford quarters. So.
That's how I get for the disc.
Oh,
You hear it's
that's
great
sad.
from inside.
I know there's one here in where we live, but I've never been to it.
I don't see it.
Yeah, there's one on 19th Street. Games Plus.
It's more of a bar than an arcade, but it has arcade games in it.
I think it's a pool hall. It has more pool, whatever.
Yeah, but I think people mostly go there to drink.
And do drugs. That's where I buy all my drugs.
I'm
my
glad.
mescaline and meth and my asthma medication. Nice and cheap.
But they have some
What
decent
that's
caps.
like,
Actually, I think there's a marijuana shop next to that place.
Is there? I don't think so.
I'm pretty sure that there is.
Like
Oh,
right
that's
next
the
to it?
Yeah, like
Like-
right next to it. There's a 99-cent store to its right, and then there's a marijuana dispensary to its left.
I don't remember that.
I am 110% sure. In fact, I bet you
That's a lot of-
marijuana that it's there.
Oh my gosh. It's a bet
Oh,
your
man.
butt can't cash.
The
Why do you keep putting stuff
concentration
inside Chase's
well,
hamper?
It was already... Alright, I'll put it back there.
Christ. Ah,
So can we get on topic?
yeah. So,
Anyone?
Fine, Cody, tell me a story.
Anyone paying attention?
yeah.
What was the first time you went to an arcade?
First time I ever been to an arcade was I don't remember. I don't.
What's the first time you do remember? I mean, did your dad take you to an arcade all the time, or
No. I never
were there arcades where you grew up?
It's up to me to talk about arcades. Fantastic. I spent the first. I spent a lot of time during the first half of my life in Mexico, where you find lots of arcades. Now, the more popular machines have always been, as far as I know, the fighting games, in particular the King of Fighters series, which is well known for being very popular in Latin America, as some of you may very well know.
Very true.
Now, Johnny can also attest to this, and by extension, so can Cody. When you're a little boy in Mexico and you have access to a nearby arcade machine, you're gonna go play a whole f***ing lot. means you're gonna get good at fighting games one way or another. Now, I moved on from fighting games. I sort of lost interest after a while. But John is one of those people who never really gave that up. Which led to some interesting results every now and again. Like that time that Cody was experimenting with the JoJo's Bizarre Adventures fighting games. And then Donnie and I refused to play with him because, well, he'd been fucking playing them alone for a couple of weeks, and we hadn't. It was not going to be a fair fight. And then he asked John to play with him, and, well, it doesn't go well for Cody. Because John has had too many years of playing fighting games under his belt.
Yeah, but then I kept playing, and now he's not very good to me anymore.
Well, I should hope so, because you kept playing it.
Yeah, well, then I got Chase. We met Chase, and he never played fighting games before, and I got him to start playing Street Fighter with me, and then he was my main competition because he got good.
Well,
he got really good, and then we pretty much went from there. Chase likes JoJo's too, so we played JoJo's a lot. We played on the Dreamcast.
The new fucking JoJo's Bizarre Adventure fighting game. I want that shit.
Everyone does, especially me.
Makes my dick hard. Oh, yes. JoJo. Oh, it's just so big. Right, so what was I saying?
So what was your favorite game to play in the arcade back in the day, Ram? What's the number one?
I think that would have to be King of Fighters 2000.
2000? Ooh, Johnny would be disappointed in you.
Why?
Because he thinks 98 is the best.
98 was the other machine you found a whole fucking lot of in Mexico, so I can see why. 98 was pretty solid, I have to say. But 2000, I think, is when they introduced K to the franchise, I think.
Oh.
And K's the one I could to play as. So I kind of go there by default. You know?
Luckily, Benimaru is in every single game, so I'm always pleased. At least in all the games I've ever played of King of Fighters, and I have I think I have 99 or I have 98, 99, I think 2000 on my computer on GGPO. Those are pretty fun. I tried playing Johnny in 98. I could not beat him, and that was when I was actually playing fighting games. That's how still good he is in 98.
Yeah. Now, my cousin is sort of like that too because when I played a lot of fighting games, my cousin played a whole ton of games, and he got really, really fucking good. So I could never ever beat him. And I do remember, I think once I hit about 7, there was this there was a little store a block away from my house. It was a general. Like a Quickie Mart type store, right? Just like a convenience. With one arcade machine that had a million f***ing games on it. Well, they got an arcade machine, and it was pretty fucking fantastic. Because I think the price to play this f***ing thing was 2 pesos, which just a rough translation over to dollars right now would be less than 20 cents.
Now that's what I like to hear.
Yes.
Cheap video games.
Yes.
Speaking of fighting games, I think the only one I ever actually played in arcade back in the day was Primal Rage.
Oh, Jesus.
I remember that.
Because I remember the arcade version of that being pretty fun. At least back in the day. It probably doesn't hold up as well now. But I always thought Primal Rage was cool. It's the arcade version. It was only at this one shitty Mexican restaurant that was by my house, and they had Miss Pac-Man and some racing games, but Primal Rage was always awesome. So I used to go there and play the games all the time.
So when I lived in the desert, there was a Boys and Girls Club there.
Mm-hmm.
You know one, Abraham. There's the one out there. That's
I
don't know.
I think I know the one. Yeah.
Yeah, and so this Boys and Girls Club, it had Soul Blade.
Transcending history and the world, a tale of soul and swords, eternally retold.
You know
Soul Blade.
The Soul Calibur.
So good.
It had the X-Men with the 6-player one with its
Oh my god.
monsters.
Amazing.
It had the original Tekken.
Dude.
I'm trying to think of what else it had. Oh, it had
Some seriously awesome machines they got there.
And God, I think there was a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Oh no, there was a Simpsons cab.
Oh, that's classic.
But it was like it was a weird like 4-player one instead of but it was weird the way it was set up. It's like it was really squished.
Yeah, because it's only like it's only a one-screen one compared to the X-Men one, right?
Yeah. And then I think at some point, what did they have? I think if there's something else. I think at some point they had a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles there, but I don't remember ever really playing that. I always played the X-Men one because that was like 25 cents. You could always play with like a whole bunch of people. And Storm, of course, was like those control panels were always broken for Storm because everybody just wanted to use
really?
because their like special was Beast.
I always use Nightcrawler. Nightcrawler was my favorite X-Man. I beat that game. I like by myself one time in an arcade. Like I just kept popping quarters until I beat it.
X-Men?
Yeah, the X-Men game. Yeah, I got all the way to Magneto and killed him.
And how many quarters did you sink into it?
I don't remember, but it was probably a lot. It was probably like close to maybe $3-4 worth. I don't know.
A lot of quarters.
It was just such a fun game. I just kept playing it. And then, once you beat it, it just starts over. So it's like, okay. That and the Simpsons one, too. But I never beat that, like, actually in an arcade.
Has anyone here played Snow Brothers in an arcade ever?
No.
Because I'm the only person I know besides my cousins who's ever played Snow Brothers.
Snow Brothers? I've never even heard of that, I don't think.
It's this weird little, like, platforming game where you encase monsters in snow and knock them around into other monsters.
Oh, yeah, I'm looking this up. It's kind of like a puzzle game a little bit?
Only if you define what the best way... figure out what the best way to knock monsters around as a puzzle.
It kind of reminds me of, like, Bubble Bobble. A little bit.
Oh.
Just from the screenshots I'm looking at.
I actually used to play that game all the time in arcades. Bubble Bobble or Puzzle Bobble or whatever they call it.
You might find it under
the little orbs to like do stuff.
Yeah.
Like,
you might find it under Snow Bros instead. I don't know what Snow Bros would actually get you if you look that up, but Snow Bros is what you want.
I looked it up. Oh wow, it's really funny. Even the Wikipedia article says the gameplay of Snow Bros is similar to Bubble Bobble.
I disagree.
I'm sorry. Really?
Yes.
How? I mean, they look really similar.
Again, are you looking at Snow Bros?
Not the Bubble. Do you know Bubble Bobble, like the old Bubble Bobble, like the original? It's like a platformer. It's not like a puzzle game.
Not Puzzle Bobble.
Yeah.
Oh,
Bubble
then I don't...
Bubble Bobble is like a platformer type game. It's kind of like the same thing. Like you shoot bubbles at the enemies and to kill them, and they like float, and you have to. It's really similar, actually. Now that I'm actually looking at the gameplay.
I think I'm thinking of that weird little game with the little dinosaur dudes and you shoot balls at shit.
Yeah, yes. Same characters, just different gameplay styles.
Same franchise.
Yeah, okay. It's the same franchise. I think people know the puzzle ones more because those ones were more recent. And I don't think they only did like how many platformers ones did they do?
2.
Yeah, like only 2. I think they did a lot more of the puzzle games.
They did. I know they did 4 for the puzzle ones. At least. I mean, 4 was out on the PS1.
Yeah, I played whatever one was on the Dreamcast back in the day, and I had a lot of fun with it.
I wish I was a Dreamcast.
You are.
Thank you.
You're always a Dreamcast. And now I'm mentioning some of those arcade games is like bringing back memories of like the bowling alley I used to go to because it had the big X-Men arcade there. It's like the only machine I played at that bowling alley. I don't even remember what else they had there. But I would play the shit out of that X-Men machine. And it's a bowling alley, so there's like always people there, and they always want to play X-Man. So there's always like, you always get like 4 people playing usually, if you wanted to. So that was pretty cool.
That's good.
And also, obviously the movie theater. They used to have a movie theater, like just the movie theater I would go to had like really awesome arcade games there. It had like Tekken 3, Soul Blade, some shooters. Like I think they probably had Area 51. There's some cool pinball machines too, like the Indiana Jones pinball machine, Star Wars Episode 1. There's like this one that was like based off the Viper car, that car brand Viper.
Yeah.
And it had like really cool like rubber balls as like the balls in it.
Nice.
And they were like green. And I got like a multi-ball thing one time, so there was like literally like 15 balls in the machine going at once. It was fucking nuts. I always wanted to find that machine again, but I never found it at any other arcades like ever. And they eventually got rid of it at the movie theater, and I was really sad. Because that was my favorite pinball machine.
There was this really terrible Harley Davidson game I played once in an arcade where you get on a Harley and you just...
Oh, I totally remember that game. They had that.
Yeah, Snow Brothers. I've never actually been able to find another machine since actually I haven't seen a Snow Brothers machine anywhere in like a decade.
Well, apparently it's on the NES.
What do you think of it? It was an NES.
Snow Bros?
Yeah, apparently there's an NES version, at least from what I saw.
Yeah, that's I thought you were talking about it initially. Was
Oh, I'll have to look that up now.
I wish.
I assume, it's a Capcom game, or at least this I think the console version is. I don't know. I do not know.
I do not know why. So, I guess
Just hear Jose like whispering in the background.
yeah, I know. Jose's like I don't know what he's talking about. Well, don't you have any stories about your uncle touching you? In places like your head? Because he would pet you on the head?
Like going to the laundromat when I was a kid, and they used to have, what are they called? Like old cabinets, not old cabinets, but new recent cabinets with Metal Slug.
Oh.
6 other games on there, all from the same system. Or from the same
Metal Slug.
Like a Neo Geo cab?
Yeah, there you go. Thank you, Neo Geo. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, those are awesome.
I used to watch my dad play. I never really liked them, but I used to was really impressed at how good he was with those games. But I'm not really interested in arcade games. Never really was. But I would watch him endlessly play these dumb games and be really impressed with my old man and going like, see, that's my dad. He works a crappy job and he doesn't do much, but at least he's really good at these games.
That's all that matters. That's all that matters.
I know, to a kid, that's all that matters, being good at video games. And
being the best at Metal Slug.
Being the best at Metal Slug, yeah. But I don't particularly have any fond memories of arcade games. I'm not much of an arcade person.
I really want to play some Metal Slug now.
I set up my old computer in my dad's garage and just filled it with, I just turned it into a MAME machine. Multi-arcade, whatever, emulator. And, I put all the Metal Slugs on there. And during Christmas, me and my brother just completely beat Metal Slug 3. It was really, really hard.
Those are short games if you actually play it without losing any points.
Yeah, but they're really hard.
They are really hard, but once you master them, they're pretty short.
Well, yeah, it's like, arcade games. They gotta be beatable, but it's like you die a million times, you gotta keep pumping quarters into them. Especially Metal Slug, it's like one-hit deaths.
And it's very hard to avoid death, too.
Yeah, seriously. So that's why they're short, because then they'd be freaking impossible if they weren't.
Anytime I'd see, high score, enter your name here, it'd always be poo, ass, fag.
No, that's right. Anything that's 3 letters.
Yeah, it'd never be, a person's initials, it'd always be something offensive.
That's good.
That's the way of the arcade.
Cock. K-O-K.
Yes, C-C-K, cock, kick.
CCK?
Yeah, let me see that kick. Kick.
Andrew WK?
Kick is so hot.
Yeah, Virginia.
Well, again, for obvious, it's going to be profanities for obvious reasons.
Why?
Because, well, first of all, like kids play it. And second of all, everyone has a side of them.
I always thought it was more
Like,
of a
this
teenage.
really literally side of them that never matured beyond like 12 years old. It's a side of you that still chuckles when your buddy randomly says penis or you slap it, but and
Penis.
that is why there will never be arcade machines where like the top scores are like ass and so on.
Such is life. Am I right?
So bubble puzzle game at the
Bubble puzzle.
and like the high score was ass. That was the name of it. Ass. Second fag. Third, it was keck. ECK. Keck.
Seems like a lot of people were playing that game then. There's just like one guy just getting every high score so he can just put in all the dirty words that he wants.
Yeah.
That sounds awesome.
I mean, that sounds like a good way to spend your time. Get every high score on every machine.
Man.
And teach children new dirty words.
That's what the pros do.
But
That's what the pros do.
But then you've got a problem. If someone beats any of your high scores, you gotta go back and beat that shit over and over again.
Just break the machine. Just like jam the quarter slot up and then be like, no one will play this ever again. That's a solution on it.
Like Major League Gaming, like if you ever watched Major League Gaming, like they have people with respectable names like Stephen Cornwallis, but their tag names or their gaming or whatever their names are, it's usually like Lieutenant Blazer and something stupid. And I was like, why can't we just call them by their regular names? Why can't we just call them Steve or Eric? Why do they have to have their gaming tag names up there when they're not awesome? I mean, they're ridiculous and stupid. If you want to be taken seriously, get rid of those dumb names and use your real name. I'm
not fully convinced that Major League Gaming actually wants to be taken seriously.
They had like a season on CBS for a while.
MLG actually does want to be taken seriously.
Yeah, but you have like, who was that kid?
They probably use those names because they're more known. It's like, oh, here's this douche. It's like, I don't know who that is, but if you hear his online name, you're like, oh my god, it's that gay.
There you go, that's probably exactly why.
What if, like, your screen name...
They're like wrestling, it's like personalities.
But they don't have personalities, a lot of them are just...
Oh, yeah!
MLG would be so much more fun if people would come out in costume and be like, oh yeah, brother, I'm gonna beat you at this game.
I'm gonna have my wife take all my money. And then I'm gonna
pick some Lux up in this bitch.
Not everything can be wrestling.
There should be everything. Law. If you go to court and I'm gonna be sentenced to life imprisonment, it'd be more entertaining for me.
If you were sent to a giant wrestling ring where you had to fight your way out?
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah.
I just
like wrestling
is absolutely retarded, but I know personally that there's a soft spot in my heart for it because it's so stupid and juvenile.
I wish I was stupid and juvenile. Oh, wait.
This is less cup of coffee in the big time.
Oh, yeah, I brought this coffee cup.
Because this is last cup of coffee in the big time. Last cup of coffee. I don't remember. Was that Randy Savage?
Yeah, it was Randy Savage, and he had a cup of coffee, and he says...
WrestleMania 3, Pontiac, Michigan. Yeah, 90,000 plus people watching right there. And this is Ricky the Dragon Steamboat's cup of coffee in the big time. Yeah, cup of coffee in the big time.
Hilarious.
I love Randy Savage.
Last cup of coffee in the big time.
It's sort of funny.
I'm going to find that clip and put it in this episode.
How could you not?
Yeah, I know, unless I can't find it, but I will find it. Even if
it's not even hard. It's like his most popular clip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you seen a Skyrim mod of Randy Savage as a dragon?
Yes.
It's like, oh yeah, snap into a Slim Jim. as he lays waste to an entire village. He's just like, oh yeah.
Now that's something to behold.
Yeah. The mod changes out to and gives them Randy Savage's face and lions.
I don't know. MLG names are dumb. I think they should use their real names rather than using 420 Monster 16 or...
Well, maybe someday they will, but they probably won't. I mean, they don't really do that in, like, the fighting game community either. They pretty much use screen... Well, some people do. Some people go by their real name. Some people go by their screen name. It just depends. Like, Justin Wong is Justin Wong, you know?
Yeah.
Chris G is Chris G. And then there's friggin' Spooby. But...
Spooky?
Spooky.
Spooky?
I call him Spooby sometimes.
Sometimes. Not all the time.
Sometimes when I hang out with them.
He actually got sponsored, finally. So he's actually getting paid
By
to do
Brazzers?
I wish it was by Brazzers. No, that was Long Island Joe. Who almost got sponsored by Brazzers, like, for real. Like, that was almost a real thing that a fighting game player was going to be sponsored by Brazzers.
Awesome.
It started off as a joke, but almost became real. And then he was like, you know what, maybe I shouldn't do that.
Oh, it would have been the best thing.
It would have been pretty funny. But I don't remember where I was going with that before Brazzers came up. Oh, yeah, I was going to say he just got sponsored by Mad Cats. Spooky.
That's somewhere interesting, but I have a funny story. That's
All
sort of
right.
like if I remember this correctly, and I might be wrong, so don't get too excited. Not all that long ago, there was an Olympic hopeful who didn't get his sponsor money or some shit, so he wasn't able to go. It was like a kickboxer or something. He owned his own dojo and everything, but just didn't have the scratch for it. So you know what he did?
What did he do?
He opened up a strip club.
Brilliant!
Was he the main stripper?
Yeah, was it like Chippendales? Chippendales? Rescue.
No, it was like a
Ow,
strip
ow.
club. And with his strip money.
Was he stripping, or did he get like women to do it?
Or other men to strip?
He just owned a strip club.
I would have been better if he was like the main stage act.
Wait,
like,
so he can't afford to go to the Olympics, but he can afford to buy a strip club?
It's not very hard to buy a strip.
You just pick an abandoned warehouse, get some poles up, find some skanks, and there you go.
How could
Yeah,
you not? Skanks are all over my junk all the time. I gotta beat them off with a swag stick.
YOLO. Hashtag. I don't even
So clearly, I'm missing some details, but the gist of it is, he did some freaky shit to get his Olympian money, and you know what? The Olympic Committee wouldn't let him actually go to the Olympics.
What a fucking surprise there.
Yeah, it's
The Olympics is too stuck up to take the best kickboxer in the world, even though he's got stripper money.
because of his stripper money specifically.
Are you kidding me?
No.
He probably would have lost anyways.
Maybe, but still, it feels like a shame. Like,
We could dream that strip club owner can hold the gold someday.
yeah,
Where was he from? Was he from America?
Stripper.
yes,
Oh, really?
yeah.
That's very American. That's the American dream right there, everybody. That's the American dream.
Yeah, become an Olympic
like
hopeful.
That should be like Rocky 6, 7. He has
8.
to wait, is it really 8?
No.
Oh, was I right on 7? Is there 6? I don't know.
Yeah, there's 6.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
So Rocky 7, Rocky doesn't have enough money to fight Drago, and so he has to, start Chippendales, and that'd be the best movie ever. Right? Rocky 7?
God.
We should make that.
Oh Jesus! It sounds like a cross between like Showgirls and Rocky 3.
That's too good of a story not to be made into a movie. Why hasn't somebody bought the rights to that?
I did.
Good.
Cash in on those.
Okay. Well, okay. I have a question kind of related to the topic here of arcade games. I don't know if we did this on the podcast before, but I'm gonna go on a limb and say we haven't. And okay, if we could have one arcade machine to own, what would it be? And I think we did do this on the podcast before, did we?
I think we did. Yeah, we did.
Yeah, I thought so.
I'm going to cheat and say a Neo Geo machine with lots of games on it.
A MAME cab.
All right, then I got a story relating to the wrestlers that we got done talking about.
The wrestling thing.
What's up?
Yeah.
What's about wrestling?
A few months ago.
Can't we just
when I
talk
was
about wrestling?
No.
When I was still playing D&D, I couldn't be asked to actually come up with enough story for the session. So I ended up doing like half an hour of improv in which the player characters run into like an underground wrestling ring, and I'm doing impersonations of any wrestling personality I can think of, which ends up being pretty funny because I get James to get in on it. And during this half an hour, I swear we impersonated everyone from like Sting to Donald Trump just because we could, Randy Savage, Hulk Hogan, you name it. We at least did a bit for them. Oh my god! By the end, we were so hoarse, but everyone had a good laugh, and it was actually the last game we had.
You know, if there's one arcade cab I could own, out of any arcade cab ever made, it would probably be I just don't know. Maybe Robotron? Oh no, I would own a Joust cab.
Just get Balloon Man instead.
What?
It's the same game.
Balloon Man?
Balloon Fight, whatever. NES.
Yeah, that's NES. That's the Nintendo knockoff of.
More like Joust is the knockoff. Am I right?
That is so not true.
Am I right?
Hey, is Joust that really old game where like your two little dudes ride ostriches or something?
Yeah.
Yes.
Red Ostriches and Joust.
Oh yeah. It's not a very good game, but I really like the idea of it. Of ostrich jousting.
I know. That's like actually there's Jean Boudin. It
How do the ostriches fly?
Poorly.
Not at all.
You should be able to like lay their eggs on enemies because they're big and they hurt.
I imagine it would.
Yeah. I mean, I have to. Yeah, I second that. Actually, I'll even third it. Is that how that works?
Yeah.
Yes.
Sure, whatever. I don't care.
That's exactly how it
That's a
works.
topic.
But I like Joust a lot. I don't know. I don't think I've ever actually played Joust in an arcade. Although it is one of my favorite arcade games.
I played Joust somehow. I just don't know how.
I used to play it on PC. There was like this Midway Classics thing that was on PC, or I had Joust or something. I don't know. I used to play Joust on PC all the time, and I never understood they were writing ostriches until I saw some weird thing and it told me that they were
just
writing.
musical birds.
What games have you been playing?
Alright, games. Now we're going to talk about games we've been playing in the past week. Who wants to go first? No volunteers? I'll go first.
Okay, yeah, that's what I was asking.
Well, for Chase's birthday, we stopped at a game store. We went to like this in like little just like buy and trade old games kind of place, which I think what was it? Do you remember what it was called, Donnie? Play and Trade or Game and Trade? No,
yeah.
Games for Less. Fuck Games for Less.
Why?
That
What's
place
wrong
is
with
a
Games for Less?
shithole. They're overpriced. Everyone who works there is an asshole.
Relation.
And they don't even have any good
What'd you say?
games. They have like the worst selection of like old games.
Are they related
Like,
to you? Is that what you said, Jose? I wouldn't doubt it. I mean, they're all.
Well, good. You can tell them for me
Stop
that they
doing the same
suck.
move. Play fucking Tekken 4 and this piece of shit. He's just,
Okay, can you like...
just tapping.
Can we pay attention to the podcast, please?
Sorry.
Triangle.
Fucking piece of shit.
I just want this to go well.
That's why we should all be in the same room.
Yeah, I know.
You guys can just stop playing video games.
This fucking asshole.
I mean, I don't mind if you play them as long as you just,
He's a fucking dick.
Pay
That's
attention
the
to
only
the
problem we're having here. Piece of shit. But yeah.
No, just
Okay. What the f*** were we talking about?
I don't know.
I lost my train of thought now.
The shitty store.
Yeah. It's
Oh, yeah.
shit.
I was getting to that. No, Games for Less is a piece of shit. The other store wasn't.
Yeah,
The one we went to? That place was really nice. And but anyways, long story short, I bought Wild Arms 2 when I was there. And so I've been playing that a little bit. It's pretty fun. I've never played it before, and I like it.
Yeah.
For an old PS1 RPG.
Game I recommend highly. You know me, I love the Wild Arms series.
Yeah.
I want
I really like it.
to say something in defense of the store.
Of what, sir?
I don't personally know the store you're talking about.
Oh.
But really, isn't it every nerd's dream to go work in like a game store and be a dick to everyone?
This guy's like a different kind of dick.
He doesn't even care about games at all.
He's like a jock who runs a video game store.
Ew.
Who's like, nerd, take your video game and put it up your butt.
Their selection is pretty awful. Like,
Yeah,
they have all they do is have common stuff, and they charge like $15 for Simon's Quest. It's like, really?
That's pretty disgusting.
Yeah.
I can forgive a lot of that. But what? What the fuck is hiring someone that even like the fucking games?
I assume it's just like a family that owns the store and just like they just do it for money. I don't know.
I do a lot of things for money.
I know you do.
So yeah, Wild Arms 2 is one of the games I've been playing.
I got
Another
a...
game, the last game, another game I've been... Alright. You good, Jose? Did you say
I was
something?
going to say something, but no. Go ahead,
Go ahead, say it.
No, I was going to say I hate you all. And 9/11 never happened.
So yeah, what were you saying?
Okay. The other game I've been playing this week besides Wild Arms is I'm sure Abraham will be familiar with this character. You know the Black Rock shooter?
Oh, yes. I know Black Rock Shooter.
They made a game on the PSP for that character like a while back in Japan.
I heard, yeah.
It just got released on like the PlayStation Network, and so I've been playing that, and it's pretty fun. It's kind of hard to explain. It's kind of a weird game. I don't think it would be for everyone. It's kind of like a.
Does it expand on the story at all?
You mean on the anime?
Well, yeah.
There's no story for Black Rock Shooter originally. No, as far as I'm into the game, it doesn't look like it connects to the anime at all. The OVA or the actual series that came out. It seems to take place in like some alternate world. I don't know, unless it'll connect at the end. I'm not super far into it, but basically it's kind of like a shooter type game. It's weird. Like you go around areas and you'll like run into enemies like kind of like in an RPG, and it'll bring you to like a battle screen. And basically, you have a gun and you just shoot the enemies, but you can't move around. And it's like from like a third person perspective, but you can like dodge, and that moves you around the screen, and you can block, and it's kind of interesting. You earn skills like charge shots and like defense boosts and stuff like that. It's pretty neat. The story's kind of interesting. It's basically like the entire Earth has been killed by aliens, except for like 10 people. They're like in the army, and they're all men. So, and they awaken the Black Rock shooter to help fight the aliens. And I'm like, I don't know what you guys are doing. You're not gonna be lasting much longer anyways without no women around. Well, I guess Black Rock shooter's a woman.
Yeah, so you know how it's gonna end.
I don't even know if she's supposed to be a robot or what in this universe. So, and she's pretty underage. So that's a problem. Well, I guess if the world do that or have the world end,
wait a few years.
Gotta do what you gotta do, man.
Just wait a few years.
You don't got a few years. Aliens are on the planet killing.
What's the point of making new? That's almost even more discouraging.
I don't know.
It's completely pointless.
Anyways, I like that game. It's fun. So if anybody has any interest in Black Rock Shooter, I would suggest picking it up. That's my games for this week.
But just tell me how it ends.
I don't know how it ends. I haven't beaten it.
Once you beat it, tell me how it ends.
Sure, I will. I'll keep you updated. I'll probably have it beaten by next podcast.
Cool.
So, who's next?
I actually can't comment on this one because I haven't played anything besides Spawn Online recently.
Well, you can comment on that.
Not really. Here's the thing about Spartanites that I've said a lot, and I guess it's worth saying again. Once you hit the end game, because it makes so little content for the end game, Spartanites becomes this really weird, like, pretty princess dress-up game where anything you craft, you don't really need. You sort of just want it. You just want new costumes for your little knight because you get fucking sick and tired of your old ones. That's really all. That's all I can say at this point. Spartanites is some bizarre social dress-up game for me at this point.
Oh, that's something.
Also within the game, I'm filthy rich, but I do this really weird thing that whenever any new promotional item or whatever comes out, I blow all my in-game money on it at once, and it happens like a lot. So I'm constantly going from filthy, disgusting rich to absolutely penniless within the game.
Oh, sounds like every MMO.
Yeah.
Have you ever played Rusty Hearts?
Rusty Hearts?
Yeah.
Sounds familiar. I'm not sure I have though.
You might like that. I thought it was pretty fun. It's a free one too. So yeah. It's on Steam, so you can check it out.
I think I will. Rusty Hearts.
So that's all you've been playing, Spiral Knights?
Yeah, I really haven't gotten a chance to do other stuff.
Alright. The Dr. Sanders, you want to go next?
I was playing some Metal Gear Solid 2.
Yes, I am. I'm aware of that.
We have a Let's Play recorded for that. We're gonna try and Let's Play all of it.
It's pretty. The first part's pretty funny already, or the first section.
Yeah.
So you can look forward to that. And we're actually gonna upload it onto the main channel.
Yeah. Might as well just keep it all right now, or just condense it. I think this one's worth it to put on the main one.
I do too.
So I was playing that. I beat that this week once, and then now I'm playing it again for the Let's Play.
And then you started playing number 3, right?
Yeah, I got all the way to almost to the end of that game. I'm like right before the Volgan fight, pretty much. In that one.
God, I remember the first time I played that, I had to look up how to hurt him in that fight at the end.
On the Donovich mask.
God.
You're not
Red Donovich. Oh my God, we used to say that all the time. I totally forgot about that. You're not Red Donovich.
Yeah.
I'm not Red Donovich.
No one's Red Donovich.
Remember that, Abraham?
Unfortunately, yes I do.
That was old 18th Street. Oh man. So yeah.
So I was playing that. I was playing 4 as well.
4's amazing.
Yeah, that game's so different than the other ones. I mean,
they're all kind of same yet different.
This one, that one is noticeably different. Number
4 is more of a shooter.
Yeah, it's definitely more of a shooter than the first 3. It's so weird because especially the over the shoulder camera thing. Because even with 3, when it has the free roaming camera version, like Subsistence or whatever that one was, it doesn't really go into shooter mode. It doesn't do over the shoulder shooting. It still has the third person and then first person if you want it, like Metal Gear Solid 2 and Twin Snakes. And then number 4 is has the combat is so crazy because you can move and shoot and all that stuff.
Wait, you can still go in first person. I think that's an option in number 4.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Well, in every game you can go in first person.
Yeah, I'm saying but this one you can move and shoot, whereas in all the other ones you can't really.
Gun mechanics, the gunplayer is a heavier aspect or heavier element in number 4 than it is in the other ones.
It's actual CQC, not just punch kick.
That is CQC.
I think all of those differences come with just putting it on the next gen system. They're all they're capable of doing all that stuff now.
Yeah, I think so too. I don't think they could have done that game any other way than they did either. It works really well the way it does.
So. I think the reason it became more of shooters because there was a lot more enemies in this game, and just in the beginning there's just two fractions fighting each other. So there's going to be a lot of guys around, and sometimes you got to shoot them. Just got to shoot them, man.
Let's see. I was also playing Twin Snakes.
You're also not in just one area, basically.
Yeah.
There's you're in number 1, you're just in Shadow Moses. Number 2, you're just on Big Shell. In number 3, you're just in the jungle.
Number 2, you have the 2 locations. You have the tanker, and then you have Big Shell.
Oh yeah, the tanker. That's so different from Big Shell.
That's like 2 hours.
Yeah. It's a very small portion of the game.
Comparatively, yeah. Yes, I was playing Twin Snakes as well, which I think that's probably... It's hard to say. That might be my favorite Metal Gear game. Like,
It's basically just Metal Gear binging.
Yeah, I always do that, though. Like, whenever I play, like, one Metal Gear, I end up playing them all.
We should try and beat the ones on Metal Gear and Snake's Revenge on NES.
Oh my god, this is so hard.
I have the actual copies. We should actually try and beat it legitly.
Number 1, Metal Gear 1 is, like, brutally difficult, and then number 2, like, there's this one section where it turns, like, side-scroller, and it's, like, so difficult.
We could try to for a Let's Play. It might be funny.
Yeah, we could try that.
I'll play it if you want. I would like to.
Okay.
I want to experience that, especially if they ever do a remake.
Oh my god. Oh, well, they were not going to do a remake of Snake's Revenge.
Well, they might do a remake of the Metal Gear.
Which is just a butcher version of the MSX version.
Wait, is Snake's Revenge canon?
Yeah.
No, Snake's Revenge is not canon.
Right.
It actually is.
Made by Kojima.
Yeah, it's just not canon to the story though.
Right.
Yeah.
It wasn't made by Kojima. It was made by an American.
Yeah, it was made by like
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
I don't know, something like that. But
I actually don't know.
So
I assumed it was made by Kojima. I thought it was.
No, there was an official sequel made, but it wasn't Snake's Revenge.
yeah, it's not Snake's Revenge. Snake's Revenge is like an American-made second one.
Oh.
So, but it's like, yeah.
Have you guys played Police Knots?
Yes.
What is
I
it?
have not.
It's like a point-and-click adventure game.
Yeah.
And it was it's never been released in America, but it was fans translated. And it's pretty good. I mean, there's a lot of like sexual stuff in it. Like it's not
Snatcher?
not like visual. Yeah, kind of like Snatcher. It's actually extremely similar to Snatcher, except
That's what I
it's
was
more.
gonna say. Isn't it like similar to Snatcher?
But okay, Snatcher is more like influenced by Blade Runner. In fact, it pretty much.
Oh yeah, it's like
Blade
almost
Runner.
like a ripoff.
No, it like is. Like,
Yeah, basically.
And then
It's like a young Decker kind of.
yeah, and then Police Knots is kind of like more just. It takes a lot from more anime. Like that's pretty much a more anime Snatcher. Like it has like FMVs of anime, and everybody's like, everyone looks like an anime character.
Yeah, it's very true. There's so many. He puts so many like Easter eggs for Police Knots in like the first Metal Gear.
Yeah, and so I was playing those. I didn't know that the panty secret, like where Meryl's in her underwear,
What did
was
you say?
was actually in.
Panty?
Yeah, panty.
Or panty?
It's called the panty secret.
Ah, it's such a gross word.
Panty?
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 Panty is a gross word.
Panty?
Why is it
Panty.
gross?
I said panty.
Well, it's because I
Panty?
don't talk very well.
No. Panty is a gross word.
So, yeah, I didn't know that like, there's this, secret inside of the Metal Gear Solid for PS1, where if you manage to, when you have to, alert Meryl and she's inside of the costume, you have to alert her and then you have to run to the women's bathroom after her. But if you do it at the exact same time, pretty much, then you can, see her in her underwear. And I did not know that was inside of Twin Snakes. I tried it, I think, a whole bunch of times, but then I was just playing it like yesterday, and then I actually managed to do it, and I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't know that this was in it.
I wouldn't think they would have taken any of that stuff out.
Well, they did. The game is actually kind of different from Metal Gear Solid 1. In Metal Gear Solid, the original one, you start off with a really small health bar, and every boss you defeat, it goes up a little bit. That's why the Ocelot battle is so much harder. Inside of Twin Snakes, you just start right off with your health bar full.
Even on every difficulty, or is there not? Oh, well.
Yeah. I guess they just didn't have time to do it.
Maybe they just wanted to make it easier.
Yeah, they also added in the M9, which is the tranquilizer gun. I do not remember that being inside the first one. And they also actually added, whenever Meryl gets shot, usually you have to run all the way back to pretty much the other hangar, which takes forever.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Instead of Twin Snakes, they put a closer sniper that's a tranquilizer sniper.
See, I don't remember if they put... I'm trying to remember, because I bought the the PlayStation 1 not that long ago at Book Off, and I was playing it. I think I got to the Ocelot. I think I just beat Ocelot before I stopped playing. And I'm trying to remember if there's a tranquilizer gun or not, but it's not coming to me.
Oh, and also if you
Those playing the VR missions, those are fun.
Also, if you like the Psycho Mantis battle, instead of just changing it to controller port 2, you have to change it across the 4 of them because it's on the GameCube. So it's like
Dang.
it's like when you switch to 2, he like after a few minutes he'll be able to read it after a while, and then at the end switch to 3, and like it's pretty funny. It's pretty cool.
We've been playing anything besides Metal Gear?
I played some Chrono Trigger a little bit.
Started playing Bully.
I was playing Bully, yeah.
As we were podcasting.
Yeah, I was playing that a little bit. I don't know really what to think about it.
You're terrible at it.
Yet I'm not really good at video games, and it's kind of hard. Trying to think, did I play anything else? I don't think so. So that was.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, Jose, got anything?
My old SNES broke. I brought it out of storage a while ago, and I was like, I'm gonna play all these old games that I own, but it broke. So I was like, screw it. I'm just gonna buy a controller and download an emulator. And I've been playing old SNES games like Super Mario World, Super Mario 2, Yoshi's Island, Super Metroid, Mega Man X.
How's Super Metroid going?
That game is hard.
I see.
I am lost. I got lost really quickly. I guess I'm not very good or smart at this game because I got lost. Like as soon as I got the Morphball, I was like, I don't know where to go, what to do, and I had to look up.
That's the point of Metroid.
I know, right? I'm not.
You just gotta explore.
Yeah, you're just supposed to keep playing
until you get to somewhere. But I got lost and I got frustrated. I was like, no, I don't have time for this. So I just went back and started playing Yoshi's Island instead, and that game is really good. Like the controls.
Oh yeah, I like Yoshi's Island a lot.
Oh, that game is so good.
That's my least favorite Mario game ever.
What? Blasphemy.
No, it's not. I actually like that game a lot.
Yeah, I like it better than like some. Well, I don't know. I like Super Mario World a lot, but I think I'd say I like it more than Mario 3.
I like Yoshi's Island a lot more than I do any of the Mario games.
I like Mario.
I like Yoshi's Story too on N64.
I don't like that game.
I haven't played Yoshi's Island.
I think it's fun. It's not as good as Yoshi's Island, but it's pretty fun for an N64 like platformer game. I think at least.
Is it a 3D free roamer?
No. It's 2D.
Oh, it's like
It's kind of got a weird style, kind of like storybook-esque. It's weird.
My favorite.
Oh, is it a sequel to Yoshi's Island?
I don't know.
Is that
I know the story for those games. I pay attention.
I don't even think there's a story. The story is just like Mario is a baby, get him to his.
Sure, it's a sequel. Why not?
Yeah.
My favorite Mario game is Mario's Hotel.
Ah, yeah, that's the one that sucks.
Toast.
Where's Mario?
Just like Mario number math munchers.
Wow, that was
I'm sure that's a game.
What else you been playing, Jose?
Let's see, Mega Man X, Super Metroid.
How far did you get in Mega Man X?
Yeah.
Beat it.
Nice.
So then after that you started to play the game?
How was that Sigma fight?
It's just as I remember it as a kid, almost not really impossible. But I know the ROM I got wasn't that good, so I ended up getting a lot of. It was a very crappy ROM. So. Did
you get the Hadouken?
I did not get the Hadouken. No.
Aw, man, come on, Jose, you gotta get the Hadouken, man.
I don't know how to get the Hadouken.
You gotta get all the armor pieces, and you gotta go find that one secret.
I think you gotta go to
Dr. Light thing.
I don't even know what you're talking about. You can get a Hadouken in Mega Man X.
Yeah, and then it one-shots people. It one-shots any boss.
Bosses.
Was that like an Easter egg or something?
Yeah, it's like...
Yeah.
I think you have to go to... It's not Sting Chameleons, it's...
I don't remember.
Oh, is it like in one of those little capsules where you get a...
Yeah, you have to go... Yeah. You have to go to level 4 times, and then it's like it appears. It's like...
in number 2, you get a Shoryuken. Dragon Punch. Instead. And also one hits, but it's a lot harder to hit. Or it's easy to mess up and kill yourself.
And X, he's like, whenever he uses the Hadouken, he's like...
And, like, when you see Dr. Light, he has, like, a little, like, a headband on, like Ryu, in his little capsule.
And they brought that back for Mega Man Maverick Hunter X or whatever.
Hadouken!
PSP one.
I want to play that. Because you can be Vile. Vile's awesome.
Still gotta beat it, like, on the regular one, though.
Have you guys seen the movie? The Street Fighter movie?
Which one?
Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Yeah.
Oh,
The greatest
God.
movie ever made.
Yeah, I've seen that.
You got paid.
Chase has the game for PlayStation.
Yeah.
It's
The
the
game
base.
movie.
Yeah, the movie, the game.
Awesome.
We played it. It's, like, fucking so bad.
I mean, it's so good.
Barely playable.
You got paid?
You can be Charlie, who's Blanca.
Yeah, Charlie becomes Blanca.
That's canon in the games.
Ben Bison transforms Charlie into Blanca. So that's the canon now.
I got the Super Mario Brothers movie and
Jesus.
the Street Fighter movie when I was a kid, and I had no concept of movies being terrible. I just thought that these movies were the greatest things in the world. And I saw those movies 1,000 times over.
And you were right.
And they are the greatest things ever. Even to this day, when people say they're terrible, I'll watch them and still enjoy them thoroughly. Cause
they're very enjoyable because they're just so bad.
I don't even think they're bad. I just think they're childhood nostalgia.
I don't ever have that for movies.
Nostalgia?
Yeah.
Well, you need a soul for that.
That's true.
But those movies are great, and I should probably download them or steal them or borrow them from someone.
There we go.
Borrow them. Alright, so what movies have you been watching? You know, this kind of was a segue into movies.
Yeah. Wait, Abraham. Oh, yeah, that's right. You already talked about it.
Yeah, we all went. We all talked about games we were playing.
That was the last one.
If Jose has any more.
Yeah, that's right. So this is
Dr. Sanders movie review.
okay. So today on Dr. Sanders' movie review, we're gonna talk about a movie called Moon, and it was released in 2009.
Oh.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it is
Who was it directed
seriously
by?
became one of my favorite movies of all time now.
Spike Jones, right?
No, not Spike Jones. It was
It's a pretty
Something.
bold statement.
See, I can't just like guessing.
No, it's Duncan something. It's David Bowie's son.
Yeah, Duncan Jones.
Duncan Jones. There you go.
Yeah. He directed Source Code. I didn't see
did
that.
he really?
Yeah.
I mean.
So this stars Sam Rockwell, right? And
What else has he been in?
what else has Sam Rockwell been in? He was in Seven Psychopaths. He was in probably something else. He was in.
I could read off some movies, but I don't know. He was in Cowboys and Aliens.
Was he really?
Yeah, apparently.
Was he one of the aliens?
He was Doc.
Oh.
I really.
Like that means something.
No, I really don't care. I'm just going, oh.
That's good.
He was in Frost Nixon as well.
That's good. Oh, good thing he was in Charlie's Angels.
He
Thank
was in,
God. Oh, he was in Galaxy Quest.
He was on Stella.
What did you say?
He was on Stella, that awesome show that was on.
Oh,
Show.
Galaxy Quest. He was in, I remember that. He was like I remember he was really funny in that.
He was in Charlie's Angels.
Yeah, I know, I saw that.
Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
So
Iron Man.
Okay, so Sam Rockwell's in this, and also Kevin Spacey does the voice of the robot, and he's kind of like Hal, is like what you can think of it as. But this
He's
movie,
not evil.
This movie is
He's nice.
okay. So this movie is so good. Like, I love sci-fi. Sci-fi is my favorite type of movie. Like, it's my favorite genre. And this,
I had noticed.
yeah, I know, right? I think just looking at my movie collection is probably a good tell of that. You have Alien box set next to Star Wars box set, next to Blade Runner box set,
Next to Mallrats.
next to Mallrats.
Star Wars isn't sci-fi, it's fantasy. It's just King Arthur with a saber made of light.
As I was saying,
Everybody knows that George Lucas is a hack.
he is a hack. He's a hack now. He just hacks at his own movies.
Why didn't he just make THX-Q2, the sequel?
He already fucked up that movie too. I have the THX 1138 movie, the DVD, and he did the special edition on that. And okay,
More Bloom.
we can talk about this. Well, there is a lot of Bloom added to that, but he actually, this is CG, was added in this. Inside of the original one, I've seen the original one, and there's like this, he's basically watches this hologram, so like the people can get sexually aroused so they don't like have sex with each other. And it's inside of TH, because it's supposed to be like a repressed culture. So you have this channel and you watch it, and then it's like, okay, you don't have sexual urges anymore. Inside the original one, it's just like a hologram, and he's just kind of like, like he just like makes funny faces. Inside of the special edition one, they somehow thought it was necessary to add. You watch the hologram, and there's a big pump that comes down from the ceiling and pumps him.
Awesome.
Thank you, George Lucas. Thank you.
I applaud that. Do you hear my applause?
I hear that.
At that fucking brilliance. So necessary to know where his semen goes.
Dustin Hoffman, right?
No, it's Robert Redford.
But anyways, let's get back on
I think it's Robert Duvall. Sorry.
Robert Duvall?
Yeah, I think that's it. Oh, so, yeah, it is Robert Duvall. But Moon basically takes everything I love about sci-fi movies. It has really good character. And
character.
Character.
Key word there.
Yeah, because this guy is isolated on this moon colony. He's supposed to watch this little colony for 3 years, and he's just there by himself. And I guess a little bit of a spoiler here. I really don't want to spoil this movie at all because I just want people to watch it.
I wouldn't spoil the part after the crash.
The movie's like
okay. Well,
I wouldn't. I think that's a big spoiler, and I think that would slightly ruin it.
Never mind. Well, the point is, it shows really well the stages of like isolation, like what you're like before isolation and what you're like after an extended period, and how different you are after isolation, and basically the different views a character can have in that time period. And I mean, geez, this is just so good. Like you really feel like he's supremely alone in this place. And there's like, like the Hal who's like, I'm afraid I can't let you do that, Dave. And he's like, I'm afraid I can't let you do that, Sam. It's just so good.
But he has a smiley face.
Yeah, he has like, the robot has like, instead of having the eye, I mean, he has like an eye like Hal does, except it's blue. But he has like little gifts that are basically his emotions. So he's basically the guy. Sam will talk to him, and he'll be like, "I don't know," and like he shows a little uneasy face. It's hilarious. It's like a little emoticons or whatever.
So it's hard to talk about this movie without giving spoilers.
Yeah,
it's like the twists are good enough that you don't want to know them.
Spoiler alert!
No, go watch it.
Spoiler-free Saturday.
Yeah, but this one. Oh yeah, there's a piece of trivia in this. A piece of trivia in this, and I actually looked it up. Was that remember how when we were watching it, we heard the alarm, and we're like, oh, it sounds like Chase's alarm, the iPhone alarm.
Yeah, it's like a submarine diving.
Yeah, that's actually that.
Yeah, that's what that noise is supposed to be.
Yeah, it's the same exact noise from the iPhone.
Dive, dive, dive.
I don't remember too much from Moon. I remember a few things, but I remember Moon was made independently for a very low budget.
Yeah.
It was Duncan Jones's premiere film, right? That's his first movie.
He done other stuff before that, like shorts.
Music videos. But this is his full feature-length film.
Yeah, I think so.
I think so. Look it up.
Okay.
Barry, look it up.
Yes, keep talking.
Yeah, it's his first full feature-length film, and I think it was critically acclaimed. It went to Sundance and stuff, and it's about this one guy played by Sam Rockwell, and he's just alone on this base. He has to go home. He has a family. They set up his entire life, and around the whole moon base, there's like small clues that he's not alone exactly.
It's so interesting.
The only thing that like kind of took me out of the movie a little bit was it is obviously because of the budget limitations, but like the robot when it was like moving around, it like shook a lot, so it kind of looked really fake.
They also used like a lot of
like whenever it moved, it was like very shaky. Like,
yeah, I know.
Like a lot of in-camera effects. Like when he goes out into the moon, it isn't special effects. It's like miniatures.
Yeah, it's a combination.
Oh yeah.
of a miniature and like the sparks and stuff that come out of it, or like if there's like a lot of dust coming out, that's the only CG part of it.
Oh, really?
Is like but everything like the vehicles when he goes out on the moon and the little towers, they're all miniatures, and they filmed it all. I think they said they filmed all the miniature stuff in like it was like 8 days or some really short amount of time.
That's what really impressive about the film. It's like it's very engrossing sometimes.
Yeah.
But it's so small due to its budget and so isolating, and there's only a few key sets. There's the main hall, where he hangs out most of the time, the bathroom, the little rover.
Yeah.
And that's it. That's all you have, and then the story just kind of plays out. And it's a very neat and interesting story, but I don't know. It reminds me a lot of 2001: A Space Odyssey. Like it's riffing off of that aesthetic, off of that.
Obviously.
Right, and that's like the movie's great, but I've already seen 2001: A Space Odyssey. Wouldn't it be nice to kind of have a new?
It's not like the same story, really.
No, it's not.
It's not, but it still has the same aesthetics. Like visually,
Well,
I'm pretty sure
I
that's
guess.
what he's aping.
But you could say that about a lot of space films.
Like what?
Like any other film that takes place in space, on a space station.
Like which one?
I don't know. There's plenty of them.
You
The
can
one
say
where they go to that one that's on Mars. I think it's called Mars. I don't remember.
Mars Attacks?
oh my
No.
god,
The Ghost of Mars.
I don't like that movie.
With Ice Cube?
No, where they're literally on Mars.
Oh, Ghost of Mars.
I don't know.
John
I just
Carpenter's
remember
Ghost of Mars, that
The
one.
one thing I remember is at the end of the movie they find like the face of Mars and they go in and there's aliens inside.
Yeah,
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I like that
John
movie actually.
Carpenter's
Kind of,
Ghost
it's a guilty pleasure for me.
What, Ghost of Mars?
I don't know if that's Ghost of Mars, but that one where they actually find the face of Mars. I went to go see that in theaters.
Is that the one
I did too, actually.
with something and Moss, the girl from the Matrix? Red Planet, right?
Oh, I think that's it. Hold on.
Could be.
I think you're right. Let's see, Red Planet. I'm pretty sure that this is it.
I know there was two Mars
Even
movies
like
that came out
fucking
back to back.
Alien. Even Alien is like
Yeah, I know.
okay.
They're
You know,
on a
space
spaceship, but then they're not.
Yeah, it's like
There's two Mars movies that came out back to back. One was Red Planet, and the other one was I don't remember what the other one was, but I remember they were like subsequently coming back to back.
That's yeah. I mean, I cannot recommend this movie more. It's going right up on my shelf of sci-fi. It's like probably my top 5 sci-fi movies now. So
Really?
Yeah.
So,
well, alrighty then.
Wait, let me just ask you: Is it because of the story twist, or is it because it's a genuine good film?
I think it's a generally good film. The acting is probably, I mean, like you said, there's not much to the movie, but because of the acting, there is. Like that could, if they had chosen the wrong person for that movie probably would have sucked. But Sam Rockwell just pulls off so many different emotions and just in such a short amount of time and with so little actually happening. Like, everything's happening to him through his emotions. So that's why I recommend it. Because everything else could have been, you know, if it had been a higher budget, then it would
What
have
if
been.
they hired Will Smith? That would have been a better movie.
Then I would have not enjoyed it probably as much.
Because
Every movie's better with Will Smith. That's
Will
just
Smith
how
has the
that-
same character every time.
what?
He plays Will Smith.
No, he doesn't.
Oh my
I
god!
Am Legend. He plays.
In I Legend, he plays.
Robert Neville,
He plays
yeah.
Will Smith with no one around.
What's
No,
that
with the
movie
dog.
coming out with his son.
Oh, Earth AD.
Should have happened.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah, Earth AD.
That one's coming out. It's essentially Will Smith and his son.
It's essentially Fresh Prince in space.
Fresh Prince in Space.
I would watch that.
Oh, have you guys seen Pacific Rim?
Saying.
Like
Is
the
that
trailer
that-
from Pacific Rim? You haven't seen the trailer for Pacific
I
Rim?
don't think so.
It's like a
That out
giant.
yet?
Cody, Ham, have you? Sorry, Abraham, have you seen it?
I've seen the trailer. Is that out yet?
No, I think it's coming out this summer. What do you think of it? I think
I think it was badass.
right? I think it looks
Yeah.
really cool. It's like a giant, monster mech movie made by Guillermo del Toro, I think it is.
Oh, I've seen this. Yeah, that's right. He's directing something else new, isn't he? Oh, well, yeah, we can talk about that later. But yeah,
Wait, what did he make?
I don't know. I remember seeing something else for a trailer for him.
Do you guys like
That's
Hellboy?
what
Hellboy 2?
Like,
Yes.
I love Hellboy too.
You guys
Movie's
like
so
Hell-
good.
I don't know. I didn't really
I
like
like
it.
Hellboy 2 a lot.
I like the original Hellboy a little more, but I did like Hellboy 2 a lot.
I think I like Hellboy 2 definitely better than 1.
Am I in the minority here? I don't like those films at all. I think they're not that.
No,
good.
I like them a lot.
Really?
Yeah.
Even I like them.
Yeah,
But I like a lot of action movies.
2 is awesome.
I think they're so forgettable. And
Really?
I don't know. So.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I don't remember anything from those movies, and I've seen them multiple
Man, I
times
remember, like,
because they're on FX all the time.
The Tooth Fairies and the Golden Army and the brother and sister who can like feel each other's pain, and then like the Mermaid Man falls in love with the chick.
The way
And
you
they-
say it's so gay.
You make it sound terrible.
And they get wasted.
Yeah,
and
that's right.
like Hellboy likes cats.
Doesn't
And
that
the girl
was
is like a
so
bitch.
funny.
Doesn't help Selma, whatever her name, Selma Blair, get pregnant in the second one?
Yeah.
Yeah. And she's got a real fiery temper.
Wow.
Sound effects.
Yeah, I guess you are in the minority, Jose, at least in this
Yeah.
group of people.
And I mean,
When was the last time you watched them? I mean, maybe a reviewing would be in order.
Last year, actually, I saw them because they always show them all the time on FX. It's like
the movie I was thinking of was called Mama.
Wait, what movie you were thinking of? What?
The one where Guillermo del Toro was involved in
is
it.
he a director or producer?
He's a producer.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Mama. Is that movie even good? Did any of you guys see it?
I don't know. I'm not really into modern horror.
Did you guys see the remake of?
No, we didn't. Not yet.
Not yet.
Hey, you guys say Evil Dead?
Yeah.
Yeah, I still want to see that.
I
That
don't
was
know.
good.
We'll probably see
People
it.
like it for different reasons.
We'll probably
Not
see
the
it
same as the
soon.
last one.
It's probably so shit.
I just wanted to marathon. It's not. I've heard from fans that it's not shit, but I've heard from other fans that they didn't like it. So
I know. The problem is I think, well, what everyone is saying is like when you have a consensus like that, it's like it just depends on what your view of cinema is. I think, like if you can appreciate it for what it is, or if I think a lot of people, and they're saying this too, is like if you go in expecting, where the series left off, even with Evil Dead 2 or something like that, then you're not going to get that.
I think it's a remake of Evil Dead, and they're pretty clear from the trailers that it's a gorier, more.
Yeah, obviously.
campy.
They say it's like one of the goriest films you can watch.
And it's like less campy than the first or 2 and 3.
Well, the
Actually-
first one's not campy.
I know
Really.
the first one is. It has tree rape in it, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, everybody knows about the tree rape.
God, I know. And now everybody keeps talking about that now. Like, I mentioned, somebody I was talking about Evil Dead. I can't remember who. It was like one of my parents' friends or something like that.
Tree rape too.
And like, well, they were mentioning like, I was like, oh yeah, I love the Evil Dead series. And they were like, do you hear that movie has tree rape? I was like, yes, the original one had tree rape, and that was in the 80s. I was like,
It's like, oh man, tree rape. Ooh, so original.
Like I've
Like,
seen
have you
first anime.
even read any hentai? It's like I've seen
Oh,
just about anything rape anything. So it's like, oh, tree, ooh, big deal.
somehow I feel like the modern mainstream society, a lot of people don't read anime that like is about weird things raping each other.
That's just hentai, man.
Which reminds me,
Yes.
I once read a hentai, and when I almost thought I was kidding, a tentacle monster gets raped.
By who? Another tentacle monster?
Is this like some kind of rape revenge story movie or something?
Like, goes up. It's like, I gotta fuck this thing.
Is this like Spit on My Grave 2 anime edition?
Oh, it's a Straw Dog. That's a hateful movie.
No, it's just like, it's just the dude who decides, like, oh man, I gotta go rape some monsters.
I read a
Well-
hentai once about a guy who's like.
On that note, we're gonna cut off the rape conversation and move on to Anime Corner.
I just want to say something before I go there. Like, when I hear you write this, I think the first thing I thought was, is there nothing sacred left? And I'm not saying that, like, I still don't know what I'm trying to say, but what I'm trying to get at is how bizarre and jaded have we gotten that like the only thing we have left to rape are the rape monsters. I mean, really.
Life, am I right?
Life, huh?
Wait, Abraham, you saw The Hobbit?
That's all I have to say.
You saw The Hobbit? You saw The Hobbit?
Yeah, we'll talk about it later.
But anyways, we're moving on to Anime Corner now.
Oh, how do I say it?
So you do that, and then you just just throw Abraham's name in there somehow.
Top and girl. Top and girl and half. Toss a normal animal. Ooh, don't touch me there.
Okay.
There you go. All right. So I got big news on the Anime Corner this week, and finally the third Evangelion movie has been released onto the internet.
Onto the internet.
Like DVD or
Yes. We're talking DVD. We're talking Blu-ray.
Oh.
Did it come out in theaters over there?
Yeah.
Yes. Well, they're movies, so they came out in theaters there. There have been cam rips out for a while, but I will not.
You wait until it comes out on Blu-ray.
I did for the first one and the second.
Give me that.
Oh shit! Fans have been coming.
Yeah, I tried downloading the 8 gigabyte one, but I'm like, f that shit, because then like a 1.5 came out, and I was like, I was going to watch it before we did the podcast, but I ran out of time because I wanted to talk about it in the corner. I actually have watched it.
Yeah, it's like we're already recording this. It's like 12:30 at night right now, and it's like if you had watched it, then we would just be starting like right now.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll talk about the actual movie itself next time, and that'll give time for Abraham to watch it too.
Oh my god! So there's already fan subs for it?
Oh yeah, yep.
Who fan subbed it? So I can
I don't know. It depends on how long you're willing to wait. If you want the 1080p Blu-ray version that's 8 gigabytes, there's only a few out right now. There's only like 2 of them, so you don't really have much choice.
Is it like a 720p one I can watch?
Yeah, that's the one I downloaded.
Good. Who did that?
Deadfish.
Deadfish?
Yeah, Deadfish.
Anyways, right.
I'm looking forward to watching that as soon as the podcast is over. That will be enjoyable.
You're gonna put it in that case. So.
Wait, is that all the anime you were gonna talk about?
No, I watched something.
Right, okay, good.
I finished watching a thing called Gween Saga.
What is it?
You guys may have heard of it or not.
I have not.
It sounds familiar. Let me look it up and see if I know what you're talking about.
What is it as he looks it up?
Let's just say it,
It's like Queen's Blade?
You guys remember King from Tekken?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, it's King Hits People, the anime.
Wait, what is it called again?
Gween Saga.
Wait, was Gween? Queen?
Yeah, Guin Saga.
Oh, G-U-I. I think it said Queen. I was like, what?
No. Nah.
Oh.
No.
This looks familiar. I think I've seen this before, but I haven't watched it.
What's the story?
Okay, here's what's up. In 1979, this Japanese chick sat down and started writing a story. In 2009, she died, and she wasn't done yet. That was Gween Saga.
Sounds good.
Wait a minute. This also sounds familiar, like that romantic. Was it Carol Cannon that never finished? Because the author died.
Legend of Galactic Heroes?
Was it that one?
What? I don't know.
I don't know.
I think you said 2 different, completely animes.
I don't know. Go ahead.
It's the same one. It's just that Gween Saga, the anime, is like a few of the volumes from the beginning. So, you finish watching Gween Saga. You don't have any closure. At all. And there's still over 100 volumes left to read after the anime. And it's not done. So, it.
Yeah, that sounds pretty cumbersome.
It's good, don't get me wrong. It's just that the absolute total lack of resolution is bad.
That's always a problem. We were just talking about that in the last podcast, remember?
Which one?
Like,
oh my god, yeah.
Stuff.
That always reminds me of that Final Fantasy Unlimited.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's always a bummer when stuff like that happens.
Same. Right. So there's exactly one thing that gets resolved. At the beginning, these 2 kids, prince and princess, their parents are killed and they lose their country. Right.
They lose their country.
Yes. not literally, of course. That then I go, where's the country?
Exactly what I was gonna make a joke about.
Where'd I put my country? I just had it in my pocket.
Anyway, so that happens at the beginning. Over the course of the next 26 episodes, like 12 subplots occur. 2 get resolved, and at the very end, the original plot gets resolved. And we're still left with everybody not having accomplished anything except having gone back home.
Life.
Life, right?
So you wish it would have had ending? It'd probably be amazing then?
Yes.
That's unfortunate. Well, as far as... do you have anything else to say?
No, not really. Well, I do want to say a thing about JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Alright.
I think it's really funny how everyone poses constantly at the most inappropriate times.
Example?
Um...
I'm not sure what you're referring to.
Shaking my chair.
Alright, let's say for example. Just for example.
We're talking about the anime, correct? Or the manga?
One. Let's say the manga, just for example.
Okay.
This stuff?
In Battle Tendency,
Yes.
after the first Chinese guy, or whatever, that they'd been learning from dies, what do they do?
Chinese? Were they Chinese? I thought they were like Indian or something.
I don't know, but the point is that one of them dies, and what's the first thing they do? They pose. When the Pillar Men get off of the wall, what do? Posing. You seriously never noticed how often people pose in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure?
Oh, pose. I was like, I thought you said pause.
No, pose.
Oh yeah. They pose all the time, man. You gotta be looking so fabulous when you're fighting.
So I wanted to say 2 things about that. One, I think it's really funny how at first it's really strange, but after a while you get into it and you're like, yeah, this is cool. Keep doing it.
It's like the Ginyu Force, man.
Yeah, it just grows and we're like, yeah, keep the poses coming. And despite how
never stops.
JoJo's really kind of gay. Once
it's very metrosexual. I think metrosexual is a very good term for it.
Once the metrosexuality inherent in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure stops bothering you, it's really sort of mad. But
it's fabulously manly.
Yes, it's always fabulous.
It only becomes more and more so as each part goes on until you get to like Steel Ball Run.
Oh, I know.
But then again, Stone Ocean is mostly girls as main characters. Yeah. Then there's Weather Report.
But Stone Ocean was pretty fabulous. But then just look at like Giorno, just for like a second.
Yeah, he's like that's because he's like friggin' Dio, basically.
And not only that, he's Italian as well.
That's
true. Have a chance in the world.
But yeah.
So then, like, how fucking hacked is Gold Experience?
Yeah, that was like a lot of people's. People of all the JoJo's parts, usually people find 5 to be one of the worst. Which I always, that was the one I enjoyed the most. It's still my favorite part. And people mostly say that's because they don't like Giorno. They say he's like a very bland character, which is kind of true. He's probably has one of the least personalities out of a lot of the main characters. But I like a lot. The supporting cast is really good. I like the main villain. I thought he was a good villain. But yeah, the power levels at that point had just gotten to a point of ridiculousness because it's like the main bad guy's power was so hacked that they had to like friggin' come up with something even 10 times more ridiculous, and then it's kind of like, really? And plus the ending is like literally the ending of that was like just like, oh, he's got hit with a rock. Is he dead? I don't know. Giorno in a chair. The end. Yeah. So a lot of people have legit problems with that I can see, but I found that one to be the most enjoyable throughout, like for me at least.
I have to say I did like it a lot. Although, it's like every arc ends with at least some ass pulling. Every arc does, every single one. It's just that the ass pull in 5 was like intense.
I would. Some people would argue that 6's is worse.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're kind of crazy. But yeah. So it's worth it to get the Steel Ball run. Steel Ball 1 is one of the best arcs, easily, I think.
Yeah. So
it's probably my second or third favorite.
That reminds me, did the writer ever decide if Steel Ball Run is canon or not?
It's basically part 1 because they reset the universe in part 6. It's confirmed by the author that it's just the reset universe, but starting from like the beginning. So basically, Steel Ball Run is like whatever part 1 is called. I forget.
Phantom Blood?
Yeah, Phantom Blood. It's basically Phantom Blood in the reset universe. That's why part 8, JoJo Lion, it has a lot of references. It's very similar to part 4 because there's a lot of part 4 references in that. If you've been reading JoJo Lion at all, the newest one.
I haven't gotten it yet.
Yeah, well, once you get to it, you'll see how like a lot of stuff relates to part 4, and it's continuing on from the reset universe. There's a big time skip between Steel Ball Run and JoJo Lion.
Which reminds me, JoJo Lion, do they ever explain what the fuck Josuke was doing in Josuke's past?
What and the what?
Remember how Josuke explains that the reason he has his retarded hair is because some punk kid with that same retarded hair helped his mom when he was like a baby or some shit like that?
Yeah.
Did they ever explain what the fuck that happened? Or is it just like left in the air?
Wait, what I'm asking is, explained.
What I'm getting at is, did Josuke go back in time?
What? I have no idea what you're talking about.
Who do
you mean did he go back in time?
Because I don't know how. I just know that some retard with stupid fucking hair saved him when he was like a little kid or some shit like that.
Yeah.
Remember part 4? Yeah?
Yeah.
Who the fuck else has hair like that?
I don't know anyone. It's a friggin' Japan. It's Pompadour.
It's a friggin' Japan.
It's a pretty ridiculous pompadour. Even for Japan.
But it's not that unbelievable that somebody else would have that in the JoJo's universe.
Okay, that's actually a pretty good point.
Yeah. Okay, I see what you're saying now, but I was like, I don't think that's what happened.
I always thought that he just like would go back in time somehow and in the future arc, and that's how that would happen.
It has been a few years since I read part 4, so I could be wrong. But yeah. But anyways, that we'll close the anime corner out on that.
Right, I guess it's my manga. I don't
okay, Jose.
Anime, but
wait, hold on, I gotta do an intro. And he goes, Jose's manga gonna come out.
Awesome. I finally finished reading Yotsuba Milk Tea, which was a manga I began reading when I was like 15, 16 years old.
Wow, you read really slow.
No, I never finished it. It came out so many years ago. Yotsuba Milk Tea.
Oh, Yotsuba?
Oh, Yotsuba, whatever. Milk
or Yotsuba, or is it something?
I don't know how to spell it. Google it. I'm sure you'll get it.
I can hear him Googling.
Yeah, and I finally finished reading it. And it got canceled before it could finish any of its storylines, and I am very disappointed because it introduced so many characters, and it dragged out its main conflict for so long.
We all know anime and manga never takes a very long time to explain very quick things.
No, there was one main conflict. There's this one guy who has a problem, like this one girl or the other. And they just kept introducing character after character who...
It's kind of like Slime TV.
Yeah, I guess. None of us are real, and we're all in love with each other. And it got canceled before it finished, and I am really pissed because it ended really poorly. And
that's manga for you.
That's life, really. Everything.
That's life, man.
Life.
Alright, no, I'm done. Oh, wait, and it's not my fault I'm not popular as getting an anime. I know this is old news, but it's a manga I've been really liking.
I know
highly.
Yeah.
I don't know that one either.
You don't know that one? It's about
What's it called again?
It's Not My Fault I'm Not Popular. That's his English translation.
Well, yeah, I would assume so.
Yeah, that's how I know it. No, it's because I speak Japanese and I read it.
Oh, I was just thinking about a movie that we could do where it's like a crossover between anime and manga corner. Or no, Dr. Sanders' movie review and anime, manga, whatever.
What is it?
So what reviews Sword of the Stranger? Because I'm down.
No, that would be good. But no, I'll tell you guys after the podcast. So we can all watch it.
Yeah, and I've never seen this, Jose, but actually it looks kind of good.
Yeah, it's about a girl who has social anxiety and social issues, but she's
so relatable to people who would probably watch that show.
To me, especially since
No. Spaghetti Chan isn't your average no. This girl's like a spaghetti elemental. This is the most socially awkward person.
I don't know what you're talking about, Spaghetti. Are you hungry? Are we gonna go get dinner?
I hope so.
Are you
sure? I want some spaghetti.
Are you shitting, or are you not familiar with?
I don't know what you're talking about. Spaghetti.
Jesus. You don't know the spaghetti meme?
I don't
is it with the spaghetti? Oh, there's spaghetti in my pockets and spaghetti.
Yeah, that shit.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
Well, that meme's fucking stupid. I hate that meme.
I didn't know you can use it as.
The point is, the spaghetti's used as like a shorthand for socially awkward.
Okay.
So the girl from It's Not My Fault, It's Not Popular gets weird little nicknames like Spaghetti Chan.
Oh, okay. I wasn't aware of that. I just like manga.
Now we're all aware.
No.
Oh, good. So you read it and heard of it before.
Anyway.
Okay, good. Awesome. Answered my question perfectly. Yeah, you should read it. It's actually kind of fun, and it's getting an anime. I think it's coming out this fall. And I'm super psyched. What's up?
I like it, but I find it incredibly hard to read.
Why? Because it's so relatable.
No, it's just because it's like so cringe-worthy. Watching just.
Well, if there's an anime, then I will check that out probably. Cause there's a few other shows next season that look pretty good too.
Like what?
Like one I'm really looking forward to. Let me try see if I can remember the name of it. I want to watch Blood Lad, which I don't know when the that's coming out.
Blood Lad?
Yeah, that looks good. It's supposed to come out this next summer season. Oh god, this is such a long name. Okay, is there an English version of this name? No, there is not. It's called Dan Gambaropa, Kibo no Gakuen to Zetsubo no Kurokuse, the animation.
Where's Kid Shoryuken when you need him?
Yeah, seriously.
But it's
like, it's like a murder, mystery kind of show, psychological horror type thing. I think it's based on a PSP game, but it looks pretty good. It reminds me of this anime called Another. If anybody's heard of that.
Nope.
Oh, I just watched Another, actually.
Oh, how did you... It's funny, Chase has seen that anime, too.
I think Another's accidentally funny, like, a lot.
I can see that.
Like, I can't remember what it was. Like, the kid survives the falling chandelier, tries to run out of the building, and gets crushed by a pillar.
Well, like, the last episode is, like, batshit insane.
Yeah.
But... That's all we need to say on that. So I think we can wrap this up now.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're quite done. Oh wait, no. Exactly one last thing. I just started watching this thing called Fever Brain immediately before the podcast. So I guess I'll talk about that next time.
Next time.
I've been watching Boku no Pico, and that's about
Alright.
Good for you, Jose. You're really enjoying that.
I already watched it the one time. I'm not watching it again.
I've never seen it.
Abraham, I don't even know why you watched it the first time. That's not one of those shows you watched it.
Wait, what? What did you say?
I fell for it the first time that someone told me something was called Boku no Pico, and I felt compelled to finish watching it out of spite. So I did.
I hope it was worth it.
I feel like if you watch that show, the FBI will track your internet.
I feel like you're right.
Yeah.
Anyways, on that note, Boku no Pico, go watch it. This has been SlimeWire episode 24, and we're all going to be out. Captain Goyle is out first.
Dr. Sanders.
Go, Abraham.
Mr. Ham.
I'll see you guys next week.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Yeah. Suck my dick.
Gears of Sex time.
Gears of Grey, because the game is gray. Color palette for that game is really
Wow, Jose, that's such a clever joke.